Have you ever cried out to God, and heard nothing in return? That silence, that deafening stillness, can feel like abandonment. You pray, wait, beg, but the heavens remain quiet. And in that quiet, questions begin to rise. Did God forget me? Is He even listening? Am I doing something wrong? But what if? What if God's silence isn't a sign of absence, but an invitation? What if it's in the silence that He's doing His deepest work, within you? Stay with me, because what feels like a painful pause, might be the exact moment your faith begins to breathe. Let's step into that silence together, not to escape it, but to understand what it reveals. God's silence doesn't mean indifference. In fact, many times, it means preparation. In the silence, your faith is being tested, not to break you, but to deepen your roots. Because when the noise stops, the soul speaks. And when heaven is quiet, the heart listens differently. Job experienced it. David wept in it. Even Jesus, in Gethsemane, prayed through it. God's silence isn't rejection. It's refinement. It's an unseen shaping of your spirit, a sacred formation that doesn't need words to be real. Maybe you've been walking through a season where the answers haven't come. You've prayed, but the situation hasn't changed. You've believed, but the breakthrough feels delayed. But remember this, a teacher is always silent during the test. And God, your faithful teacher, is closer than your breath. He's watching, strengthening, stretching your spirit to trust Him beyond what you see, beyond what you feel. A profound stillness settles, a hush that feels heavier than the air itself. We find ourselves adrift in a sea of unanswered prayers, grappling with the weight of silent moments, the absence of immediate answers. This isn't the familiar quietude of contemplation, but a profound silence that stings, a void that whispers questions. We yearn for the comforting rhythm of divine intervention, for the tangible assurance of God's presence, but instead, we are met with a silence that feels deafening. This isn't about the fleeting anxieties of everyday life, this is about the deep, persistent ache in our souls when God's voice seems muffled, when the familiar comfort of divine reassurance fades. This isn't a theoretical exploration of theological nuances, it's a raw, visceral experience shared by countless souls. It's the silent struggle of the parent whose child suffers, the whispered lament of the believer facing insurmountable challenges, the aching heart of the faithful amidst personal turmoil. We find ourselves questioning the very nature of our faith, questioning the very essence of our relationship with the divine. We're not seeking a quick fix or a ready-made solution. Instead, we seek a pathway through this silence, a way to navigate the uncharted territory of unanswered pleas, a way to maintain faith when the echoes of God's promises seem distant. We search for the strength to endure, the courage to trust, even in the absence of audible response. This journey is not about demanding answers, but about accepting the mystery of the divine. It's about embracing the unknown, trusting that even in the profoundest silence, God's hand remains, guiding, shaping, and supporting us. We are not alone in this quiet struggle. Countless generations have walked this path, and in their stories, we find a tapestry of resilience, a testament to the enduring power of faith in the face of inexplicable pain and challenging silence. This prayer is not a declaration of defeat, but a declaration of enduring trust, a reaffirmation of faith in the face of God's enigmatic quietude. It's a prayer to navigate the depths of this silence, to find strength within the silence itself, and to emerge, not unscathed, but transformed by the crucible of unanswered prayers. This is a prayer born not from despair, but from a deep-seated, unwavering confidence in the ultimate, unconditional love of a God who, in silence, may be crafting a masterpiece more profound than any spoken word. Yet, this silence isn't a void, it's a space, a canvas upon which God paints a masterpiece of unseen grace. Consider the sculptor meticulously chipping away at a block of marble, revealing the hidden beauty within. This painstaking process, this seemingly unproductive silence, is crucial for the final form to emerge. Likewise, in our lives, God may be working in the quiet, the unseen, the seemingly unproductive moments. Perhaps the answer isn't a thunderous declaration, but a gentle whisper in the stillness of the night. Now, consider how this applies when you face seemingly insurmountable obstacles. A loved one's illness, a financial crisis, or a relationship fractured by misunderstanding, these trials can feel like mountains, seemingly insurmountable. In these moments, the silence can be agonizing. But within that silence, a profound resilience can develop. Think of the roots of a mighty oak. They grow deep and strong, not in the light, but in the darkness of the soil, drawing sustenance from the unseen. This quiet, persistent work is often the bedrock of our strength. Furthermore, this silence can be a catalyst for introspection. When God appears silent, it prompts us to examine our own hearts. Are we clinging to worldly pursuits, distracted by fleeting pleasures, or allowing fear to dictate our actions? Are we truly seeking God's will or our own? In these moments of quiet reflection, we can discover hidden flaws, areas where our faith falters, and then, through introspection, make adjustments to align ourselves with divine guidance. It's a call to self-awareness, a chance to grow, to become more attuned to God's presence in our lives, even when it isn't outwardly apparent. Building on this, consider the example of the prophet Jeremiah. He faced the crushing weight of a nation's impending doom, burdened by a seemingly impossible task, yet God's silence didn't diminish his purpose. Jeremiah's calling deepened, becoming more profound, more resolute, because it was forged in the crucible of God's silence. This quiet acceptance, this unwavering trust in the face of obscurity, is a potent testament to the strength of faith, a testament to the power of enduring grace. His message, delivered in the silence, became a beacon of hope for those who listened. And, like Jeremiah, our faith, nurtured and strengthened in silence, can become a source of strength for others. Consequently, this silence, far from being an abandonment, can be a profound test of our trust. It's an opportunity to deepen our relationship with the divine. It's a call to quiet contemplation, a time for renewed dedication to God's plan. Conversely, an immediate response might satisfy our immediate needs, but it doesn't necessarily foster the deeper understanding and unwavering trust that only silence can cultivate. The enduring strength we gain in the quiet moments of faith is a far greater testament to our devotion than any immediate answer. Another crucial layer is the understanding that God's timing is often different from our own. He works in ways that defy our comprehension, in moments that defy our expectations. Just as a seed must lie dormant, hidden in the earth, before it can sprout into a majestic tree, so too must we sometimes endure periods of waiting. This period of waiting isn't a punishment, but a necessary part of the process. It's a time for growth, for deepening our connection with the divine. These moments can be painful, but they are essential for the growth of our souls. Now, consider how this applies when you face unexpected setbacks or seemingly insurmountable challenges. A project stalled, a relationship fractured, or a dream deferred, these can feel like detours, even dead ends. But what if these apparent roadblocks were, in fact, detours designed to lead us to a more direct and fruitful path? Think of a river carving its way through a mountain range. The river doesn't always flow smoothly. It encounters obstacles, rapids, and even seemingly impenetrable rock faces. Yet, through perseverance, it ultimately finds its way to the sea, shaping the landscape in the process. Similarly, our struggles, our silences, and our seemingly unproductive moments can be the very tools God uses to shape our character, refine our faith, and lead us to a deeper understanding of His will. Furthermore, consider the concept of hidden blessings. Sometimes, the apparent absence of divine intervention is a crucial element in our spiritual growth. Imagine a seed buried deep in the earth. It needs darkness, pressure, and time to mature. Similarly, our faith, nurtured in the darkness of unanswered prayers, can blossom into something stronger, more resilient, and more profound. This period of quietude, this apparent absence of response, can be the very catalyst for our growth. We might experience discomfort, even pain, but within that discomfort lies the potential for profound transformation. Building on this, however, the silence can also be a call to deeper introspection, a time to examine our own hearts. Are we truly aligned with God's will? Have we been allowing fear to dictate our actions? Are we clinging to worldly desires or focusing solely on immediate gratification? These questions, arising from the quietude, can lead to a profound self-awareness, enabling us to make necessary adjustments and realign our lives with His divine plan. Conversely, an immediate response might seem comforting, a quick fix to a problem. However, it doesn't necessarily foster the inner strength, the unwavering trust, or the deep-seated understanding that only the prolonged silence can cultivate. The silence becomes a crucible, testing the very core of our faith, forcing us to rely on a higher power, a power beyond our immediate comprehension. This is where true faith is forged, not in the quick fixes, but in the enduring trust. Another crucial layer is the realization that God's timing is often different from our own. He works in ways beyond our comprehension, in moments that defy our expectations. A seemingly delayed answer might be the prelude to a far greater blessing. Consider a farmer planting seeds. He doesn't expect immediate results. He understands that growth takes time, patience, and care. Similarly, in our lives, God may be preparing the ground, cultivating the soil, ensuring that when the time is right, the harvest will be abundant. This understanding, this trust in God's perfect timing, is essential for navigating the profound silence. Consider the intricate dance of a ballet dancer. Each graceful movement, each precise step, is a deliberate response to the music, a collaboration with the composer. Yet, sometimes, the music pauses. A pregnant silence descends, a moment of suspended animation. During this silence, the dancer doesn't stop, they don't falter. Instead, they gather themselves, assessing the rhythm, recalibrating their position. This pause, this silence, allows for a deeper understanding of the choreography, enabling a more fluid and impactful performance. Similarly, the silence in our prayers, the apparent lack of immediate response, can be a crucial moment for introspection and recalibration. Now, consider how this applies when you face unexpected challenges. A sudden illness, a job loss, or a personal crisis can feel like an abrupt interruption, a jarring disharmony in our lives. In those moments, the silence can feel deafening, a deafening roar of doubt and fear. But, within that silence, lies the opportunity to reevaluate our priorities, to realign our intentions, to adjust our perspective. Just as the dancer refines their movements in the silence of the music, we can use this quiet time to gain a clearer vision of our path forward. This isn't about ignoring the problem, it's about approaching it with a renewed clarity, a sharpened focus, and a deep understanding of God's enduring presence. Furthermore, consider the analogy of a sculptor. They don't create a masterpiece in a single stroke. Instead, they meticulously chip away at the stone, revealing the hidden form within. This process, this seemingly slow and painstaking work, requires patience, focus, and a deep understanding of the medium. Similarly, God might be meticulously shaping our lives, revealing the beauty and strength we possess through these periods of silence. The challenges we face, the apparent delays in divine intervention, can be the very tools God uses to refine our character, to sculpt our souls, and to reveal the treasures of faith within. Consequently, this period of silence, this apparent lack of immediate response, can be a profound test of our trust. We are called to trust in the unseen, to believe in the invisible hand guiding our path. This isn't about abandoning our concerns, it's about shifting our focus from the immediate to the eternal, from the visible to the divine. This is about understanding that God's plans often extend beyond our comprehension, beyond our expectations. This is about recognizing that His methods, His timing, are often far more profound and impactful than we can initially discern. Another crucial layer to consider is the concept of spiritual growth. Think of a plant reaching for the sun. It doesn't grow in direct sunlight alone, it needs the darkness of the night, the nourishment of the earth, the resilience to overcome obstacles. Likewise, our faith needs these periods of silence, these moments of apparent absence, to deepen, to strengthen, and to blossom. These periods of quietude can be a breeding ground for spiritual growth, fostering an unwavering trust in God's perfect plan, even when that plan is hidden from our immediate understanding. It's about developing the profound inner strength to endure, to trust, and to ultimately flourish. Now, consider how this applies when you face unexpected setbacks. A sudden illness, a job loss, or a personal crisis can feel like a torrential downpour, washing away carefully constructed plans and leaving you feeling adrift. But within the deluge, there's a surprising resilience. Think of a willow tree, bending low in a storm, yet maintaining its strength, its roots firmly anchored in the earth. It's not about ignoring the storm, but about adapting, about finding strength in its capacity to yield. This resilience isn't merely passive acceptance, it's a dynamic, active adaptation. It's about recognizing that adversity, like a challenging wind, can push us to adjust our sails, to redefine our course, and discover hidden strengths we never knew we possessed. Indeed, these periods of apparent stillness, these moments of silence, can be the very crucible in which our character is forged. Consider the example of a blacksmith, meticulously shaping metal with relentless hammer blows. The metal, initially raw and formless, is transformed into something beautiful and functional through the heat and the persistent pressure. In contrast, consider the experience of a fragile glass vase. Dropped and shattered, it can never be the same. However, the pieces, while broken, can still reflect light in unique ways. Our resilience, our capacity to adapt, allows us to extract lessons from adversity and find new forms of beauty in the midst of the storm. This is not about ignoring the pain, but about using it as a catalyst for change. This is about understanding that even in the darkest moments, there is the potential for growth, for transformation, for profound renewal. Furthermore, these seemingly unproductive periods can be a time for spiritual inventory. These moments of quiet contemplation, these quiet pauses, can be likened to a meticulous inventory of our spiritual possessions. Are we truly aligned with God's will? Are we clinging to burdens that we can cast off? Are we allowing fear to dictate our actions, or are we choosing to trust in the unwavering support of the divine? These questions, arising from the stillness, can be the driving force behind a profound spiritual recalibration. Building on this, consider the analogy of pruning a rose bush. Thorns, perceived as impediments, are pruned away, allowing the remaining branches to flourish. Similarly, these moments of silence, these periods of apparent stillness, can be the times when God gently removes the thorns of our anxieties, our insecurities, and our self-imposed limitations. This pruning, this necessary stripping away, allows for the flourishing of our true, spiritual selves. The silence becomes a pathway to a more profound connection with the divine. Consequently, this silence, this apparent lack of response, can be a profound test of our faith. It's a time to lean into the unwavering support of the divine, to cultivate trust in the unseen, the intangible, the very essence of faith itself. And it's a time to look inward, to discover the resources within our own souls to endure, to adapt, and to thrive. This isn't about abandoning our dreams, but about approaching them with a renewed perspective, a deepened understanding, and a profound trust in the divine plan. Now, consider how this applies when you face unexpected setbacks. A sudden illness, a job loss, or a personal crisis can feel like a relentless storm, a tempestuous wave threatening to capsize your carefully constructed life. Yet, within this tempest, there's a surprising resilience, a quiet strength waiting to be discovered. Picture a sturdy oak tree, its roots deeply embedded in the earth, weathering the relentless battering of a powerful storm. The tree doesn't stand rigid and unyielding, it bends, yielding to the wind's force, its flexibility a testament to its enduring strength. This flexibility, this capacity to adapt and adjust, is a key to navigating the tempestuous waters of life. Furthermore, this resilience is not merely passive endurance, it's an active process of recalibration. It's about reevaluating our priorities, adjusting our course, and discovering hidden resources within ourselves. Think of a skilled navigator, faced with a sudden change in course due to unforeseen winds. They don't panic, they analyze the situation, assess the new conditions, and skillfully adjust their course. This process of adaptation, this capacity for change, is a cornerstone of human strength, a critical component in navigating the challenges life throws our way. Consider, for instance, the story of a renowned artist whose studio was destroyed in a fire. Instead of succumbing to despair, the artist used the devastation as an opportunity to reimagine their practice, exploring new mediums, forging new collaborations, and ultimately expanding their creative reach. The loss became a catalyst for transformation, a springboard to a new and even more vibrant creative journey. This is a powerful example of how setbacks, when approached with resilience and a willingness to adapt, can become stepping stones to something greater. Building on this, however, the process of adaptation often requires a willingness to embrace the unfamiliar, to step outside of our comfort zones. Think of a bird migrating thousands of miles to a new habitat. This journey demands courage, an acceptance of the unknown, and a tenacious spirit to face the challenges of the unfamiliar. Similarly, in our lives, facing unexpected setbacks may demand that we embrace new skills, explore new opportunities, and forge new connections. Embracing the unknown, the unfamiliar, can lead to unexpected discoveries and growth, enriching our lives in ways we couldn't have imagined. Consequently, this period of apparent stillness, this seemingly unproductive time, can be a profound opportunity for self-reflection and growth. It's a chance to reassess our values, to reevaluate our goals, and to recalibrate our approach to life. Think of a seasoned traveler, pausing to reflect on the lessons learned from a difficult journey. This introspection, this careful examination of the past, is a vital tool for navigating the complexities of the future. The silence, paradoxically, can be a powerful instrument for progress, for growth, and for self-discovery. In reflecting on this journey so far, we've traversed a landscape of quietude, a terrain where the familiar echoes of immediate answers fade into a profound stillness. We've considered the intricate dance between the visible and the invisible, the tangible and the intangible. These concepts, while initially disparate, now coalesce into a singular, powerful understanding. As we pivot towards the final reflection, we find ourselves standing at the precipice of a profound realization, a realization that transcends the limitations of our immediate comprehension. The threads we've explored, though seemingly disparate, intertwine to form a rich tapestry of resilience and faith. Just as a tapestry is woven from individual threads, our lives, too, are a complex interplay of moments, challenges, and quiet reflections. Each thread, each moment of apparent silence, contributes to the overall strength and beauty of the whole. Drawing these strands together, we see a pattern emerging, a pattern of quiet strength, of enduring trust, of faith that transcends the limitations of our immediate perception. Consider the unfolding of a flower. It doesn't burst forth fully formed, it emerges gradually, petal by delicate petal, nurtured by the sun and the earth, enduring the trials of rain and wind. This delicate process mirrors the evolution of our faith, our capacity to trust, and our resilience in the face of adversity. Each moment of silence, each seemingly unproductive period, contributes to the ultimate blossoming of our spiritual potential. Conceptually similar to the slow, intricate growth of a garden, our journey of faith requires patience and a profound trust in the unseen. In light of these insights, the path forward becomes clearer. It's not about forcing answers or demanding immediate resolutions. Instead, it's about cultivating a quiet strength, a deep-seated trust in the enduring nature of faith, and a profound understanding that even in the absence of immediate answers, God's hand remains, guiding, shaping, and supporting us. Reflecting on this, we recognize that the silence isn't an absence, but a presence of another kind. It is a space for profound growth and profound connection. As we move towards the conclusion, let us carry with us this realization, that the most profound moments of faith often lie not in the clamor of immediate answers, but in the quiet strength we find within ourselves and in our enduring trust in the divine. This is a journey of quiet confidence, of unwavering trust, and of the profound understanding that the most profound answers lie often beyond the veil of our immediate perception. The silence, then, isn't a void, but a crucible. It's not an absence of God's presence, but a profound invitation to delve deeper into the heart of faith. We have navigated a landscape of unanswered prayers, moments of profound stillness, and the subtle yet powerful interplay between the seen and the unseen. The journey has unveiled a truth far richer and more profound than any immediate answer. This truth is not a formula, not a solution, but a perspective. It's a perspective that allows us to embrace the mystery, to trust in the unseen hand guiding our path, and to find strength in the very silence itself. This perspective, this quiet understanding, is a source of immense power, a wellspring of resilience, a catalyst for growth. It's the quiet confidence that allows us to navigate the storms of life, not by demanding answers, but by trusting in the unwavering presence of a God who works in mysterious ways. It's a confidence that whispers in the stillness, a quiet assurance that even in the deepest darkness, light persists. This confidence is not passive, it is active. It's a constant reevaluation, a continuous refinement of our faith. The true practice begins now. It's not a destination, but a continuous journey of faith. It's a journey of quiet trust, a steadfast commitment to a relationship with a divine presence that often transcends our immediate comprehension. Embrace this perspective. Carry it with you into the bustling marketplace, the quiet solitude, the inevitable trials of life. The silence, after all, is not a cessation, it's a space, a canvas, a realm where the unseen hand of God continues to work, shaping, refining, and ultimately, revealing the exquisite beauty of our faith. Let this profound understanding become your compass. Let the stillness guide your steps, reminding you that even in the deepest shadows, a gentle light still shines. Let the quiet confidence of faith anchor you in the turbulent seas of life. For it is in these moments of stillness, these periods of apparent absence, that the greatest growth occurs. It is in these moments of quiet trust that we truly discover the profound depth and enduring strength of our faith. And in that quiet trust, the answers we seek, in their own time, will surely emerge. So if you're in the silence now, don't run from it. Don't curse it. Instead, lean into it. Breathe deeply. Let your tears become prayers. Let your questions become surrender. Because the silence you're enduring today, may be the sacred ground where your next miracle is planted. And when God finally speaks, oh, how sweet His voice will sound to the heart that waited. You are not forgotten. You are being formed. Even in the silence, He is still speaking.